Welcome, learners. My name once again is Mr. Pochilola, your teacher on this platform. This is Black Slides Online. Welcome to the platform. If you are learning this lesson from YouTube channel, consider subscribing to the channel so that every time I upload a new video, you become the first one to be notified. Once again, you are welcome. If you are learning this in the main online platform, welcome. We are proud here at the Black Slides. We are proud of you. Our goal is to prepare you for your MSCE exams. The intention is to produce as many distinctions as possible in the coming MSCE examinations. So once again, welcome, wishing you a wonderful learning experience. In case you have questions which you'd like us to elaborate about our online classes, don't hesitate to contact us on the numbers that are shown here. It will be our pleasure to give you the information you need regarding our lessons, online lessons. All right, so welcome to quadratic equations. In our previous lesson on the same, we looked at the basics of quadratic expressions, in which we said that a quadratic expression is any expression in mathematics of the form ax squared plus bx plus c, where a, b, and c are real numbers or integers. Of course, sometimes they can also be fractions, as you might see in some cases. All right, that's a quadratic expression. So we continue looking at the topic now with respect to equations, quadratic equations. All right, so there are times when before you have solved any equation, you'll need to factorize the expression. So factorization of quadratics or quadratic expressions, all right, involves putting quadratic expressions back into brackets if it is possible. So to do this, the expression can be written in the form of x squared plus ax plus b, or in the form ax squared plus bx plus c. All right, whichever form. So we are saying factorization of quadratic expressions involves putting quadratic expressions back into their brackets. All right, so we are saying we can have the expression in this form ax squared plus ax plus b, so that you may have two brackets in which you split the x squared part. So we have x in one bracket, another x in the other bracket. Then what comes at the end there shall depend on the nature of b. All right, so what you put here and here shall depend on the nature of B, as we are going to see in our next examples. All right. So take note that A and B are whole numbers or integers. Okay, so we can tell how to start off the brackets by looking at the signs of the expression. We can tell how to start off the brackets by looking at the signs of the brackets. For example, if you consider this expression here, x squared plus ax plus b, we have positive signs throughout. Okay, so the fact that there are positive signs throughout gives you a hint already that your two brackets will also be positive signs. Because everything is positive, so the two brackets will be positive. You have a positive sign here and a positive sign there. But in an occasion where you have a negative sign followed by a positive sign, your two brackets will contain negative signs throughout. So this is because the negative sign, a negative sign multiplied by a negative sign shall give us positive. This negative here multiplied by this negative here shall give you this positive. Although you have a negative sign over here, we have a positive sign at the end there. That means both brackets must contain negative sign. Why? Because negative sign multiplied by negative sign when you're expanding shall give back this positive sign. A negative sign multiplied by itself gives us a negative sign. I hope we understand there. So we are saying we can tell how to start off the brackets by looking at the signs of the expression. All right, when you have positive signs throughout, then it means your two brackets will also contain positive signs. But when you have a negative sign followed by a positive sign at the end, then that clearly tells you that both brackets must contain negative signs. All right. So once again, you are welcome. In case this is the first time you have watched this video lesson on YouTube, consider subscribing to the channel and also invite as many of your friends as possible so that they can join us and learn. All right? If you would like to get extra support, don't hesitate to reach out to us using the numbers that I shared earlier on, so that you can join us in the main classroom at very, very competitively low fees. All right. Welcome once again. My name is Mr. Pochilola, your teacher on this platform. Our dream is to produce as many distinctions as possible in the coming MSCE examinations. Welcome once again. All right. Now, when the second sign is a plus, let's suppose that the second sign is a plus. Both brackets are the same as the first sign. Okay? Let's say, for example, in x squared plus ax plus b, we have a plus sign here, we have a plus sign there. Then when you factorizing such an expression, both brackets must contain the same sign. In this case, positive sign there, positive sign. When the second sign is a plus, both brackets are the same as the first sign. So, since the second sign is a plus, it means both brackets will be the same as the first sign, this one here. With regard to this expression, we have the second sign is a plus, then both brackets will be the same as the first sign, meaning the negative sign, negative sign, negative sign. All right, so where such an expression exists, expanding this expression here will lead to a situation where the second sign is a plus sign. All right, another important rule or hint is that when the second sign is a minus, both brackets are different signs. Say, for example, we have a negative sign here, then both brackets must have different signs. So we have a negative sign here. Although we have a negative sign here, all right, both brackets must contain different signs. These are just tips to help you when you are factorizing quadratic expressions so that you don't waste time trying to figure out which sign you must put where. All right. All right, so when a quadratic expression is in the form of x squared plus, let's say, when a quadratic expression is in the form ax squared plus ax plus b, we must make sure that the numbers in the brackets satisfy these rules. 1. The b must be the product of the two numbers. The b must be the product of the two numbers, all right? And the a must be the sum of the numbers when the two brackets are the same sign. And the a must be the difference between the numbers when the two brackets are of different signs. Okay, we are going to look at how this is going to work. All right, so we are saying if when the quadratic expression is in the form of x squared plus ax plus b, we must make sure that the numbers in the brackets satisfy the following rules. Okay, so let's just have something like that here. We are saying, suppose we have the expression is x squared plus bx, then plus okay, let's have something like this. Bx x squared plus ax plus b. All right, suppose we have a case like that. So we are saying the following rules must apply. Okay, so the b, which is this one here, must be the product of the two numbers. Eh? Don't worry, we are going to look at an example to illustrate this. So the b must be the product of two numbers. The a must be the sum of the numbers when the two numbers are the same sign. So we are saying a must be the sum of the two numbers, the same numbers that whose product will give us a b. All right. So the a must be the sum of the numbers when the two brackets are the same sign. The a, this one here, must be the difference between the numbers when the two brackets are of different signs. All right, this is going to come out clear as we look at specific examples. All right, take this for example. Let's say we have x squared plus 5x plus 6. Would like to factorize this. Would like to factorize this expression, x squared plus 5x plus 6. Now, since both signs are positive, we have a positive sign. We have a positive sign here. We have a positive sign there. All right. So that means our two brackets will be, we shall have an x in one bracket and another x in the other bracket, but we are not sure yet. Let me have a proper bracket. All right, so we are saying we are going to have two brackets. We are going to have our two brackets like this. We have an x here, since it's x squared, and another x over here, but we are not yet sure what terms will come here and what we are going to put over there. So the numbers, the two numbers, we needed two numbers that need to multiply to make a 6. We needed two numbers, listen carefully there. We needed two numbers, all right? So we are saying we needed two numbers. We needed two numbers to multiply to make a 6. Which 6 is this we are talking about? This 6 here. All right? So such numbers will be 2 and a 3. Because 2 times 3 is equal to 6. All right? And we also know that the two numbers, the signs are the same. We have a positive sign there, we have another positive sign here. All right? And take note, so we are saying we need two numbers whose product, which is 2 and 3, will give us a 6. We also need the numbers, the same numbers when added up, should give us a 5. This 5 here. That's the simplest rule, all right? Regarding the signs that to be put in the brackets, we don't have a problem there. Why? Because we have a positive sign here and also a positive sign there. So therefore, both brackets must contain positive signs. Positive signs. So once factorized, x squared plus 5x I don't like this when my screen crashes. Alright, I'm sorry about that. Alright, let's try to go back. Okay. Welcome back, learners. My name once again is Mr. Pochilora, your teacher on this platform. Alright, so once again, before we had that interruption, okay, we are saying that to factorize this expression, we need to consider the numbers. We should obtain the numbers, two numbers, whose product is 6. So such numbers are going to be 2 times 3, and the same numbers should add up to 5. Which 5? This 5 here. So 2 plus 3 must give us the 5. And this, so we are saying we don't have a problem with the what sign should come into the brackets, because both signs are positive. That means our two brackets will also contain positive signs. Therefore, our expression x squared plus 5x plus 6, when factorized, is going to be something like that. All right, I hope we are together there. Once again, my name is Mr. Pochilola, your teacher on this platform. Our goal at Black Slides is to have as many students as possible scoring distinctions in their MSc examinations. Welcome one more time. All right. Okay, so let us appreciate another example. Take this other example. We are looking at y squared minus y minus 90. So both brackets contain, both signs are negative. Since both signs are negative, so we can begin with x plus something. By the way, this is y. Here too we have a y. All right, so since both signs are negative, that means we shall have y plus something multiplied by y minus something. Okay, remember that when both signs are negative, then the signs in the brackets are going to be different. So the numbers that need to multiply to make 90 are, and add up to 1. We needed two numbers, which when they multiply out, it will give us 90. And when you subtract them, when you add them up, they should give us a 1. Which one is that? This one here. All right, so such numbers, therefore, are going to be 9 and 10. All right. So minus 90, take note, is the same as 9 times minus 10. But when you add the two, 9 plus minus 10, you should be able to get minus 1. Which minus 1 is this one? The one with the coefficient of y there. All right? So therefore, the expression is going to be y plus 9 multiplied by y minus 10. As long as you follow these simple tips to factorize expressions, you will not have problems. All right, so now I would like you to test yourself to factorize these expressions. Kindly take your time and factorize these expressions. This is your exercise. So factorize each expression and let me have the solutions sent to me on the numbers 08843410022. All right, or you can send to 0981258 Kindly send the solutions to these problems to me so that I can have a look at them, and where need be, we can do corrections together. My name once again is Mr. Pochilola. Bye-bye for now.